Well, fierce fighting was reported across Syria on a day when activists say more than 140 people died in the violence. This amateur video is said to show the aftermath of heavy shelling in a Damascus neighborhood. And this footage purportedly shows people queuing for bread in Aleppo, where there is a food shortage. Meanwhile, the United States is designating one Syrian opposition group as a terrorist organization. The State Department says the Al-Nusra Front is really just an alias for Al-Qaeda in Iraq.
Activists say that now more than 40,000 people have died since the conflict began. The UN Arab League representative in Damascus, Mokhtar Lamani, has given a rare interview to our Middle East editor, Jeremy Bowen. He began by asking how difficult it will be to have a political solution rather than one side or the other winning.
I think there's no alternative, serious alternative, except the political solution, because the other alternative is just a failed state with warlords that will have an impact not only inside Syria but in the whole region. I think in our mission we need a clear message which is coming from the Security Council itself. What Mr. Brahimi needs is a collective support from the Security Council by agreeing about what he will propose. If no, it will be very, very hard to do something on the ground, because you cannot ignore the international as well as the regional dimension of the crisis.
The Syrian National Coalition's leader has met EU foreign ministers in Brussels. Moaz Al-Khatib says European Union leaders have pledged an extra $30 million in aid for the opposition. The EU's foreign policy chief says member countries are very concerned about an increase in violence in Syria, and the alliance remains worried about the potential use of chemical weapons.
We agreed in the Foreign Affairs Council that the EU accepts the coalition as legitimate representatives of the Syrian people. We continue to work and support the work of Special Envoy Brahimi, and we are very concerned that the situation in the country is becoming worse every day. We have made consistently our demands for an end to this totally unacceptable violence. We recognise too that those responsible for violence and human rights abuses must be held accountable.